Welcome to all of you in English Language for Competition Part 1. This is the second video of the structure of English language, and in this video we will know about the classification of words according to its form. So words are divided or classified according to its form as follows: noun, pronoun, article, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. Now, first is noun. So, the noun is a content word. It means that it refers to a concept. When we say the word cat or dog or chair, we refer to its concept. For example, when we see the picture of a tiger, we say it is a tiger. The real tiger is quite different from the tiger in the picture. The noun can be defined in two ways, according to form and according to function. According to form, a noun is a word that has singular and plural forms and in most cases also possessives. For example, horse, horses, cow, cows, man, men, mouse, mice. Then possessives, nominative is John, possessive is Johns. Nominative is father, possessive is fathers. Functionally, a noun can be the subject, object, and complement to a verb and also in opposition to another noun. For example, John is a good boy. John is a subject. Then he bought a book. Book is a object. Then complement. He is my friend. My friend is complement. Then noun in opposition. My friend or my friend Geeta reads in your college. Here in your college is an opposition. Now, second is pronoun. Pronouns are structure words and are limited in number. In fact, a pronoun is a substitute for a noun or noun phrase and functions in the same way as a noun or noun phrase. Pronouns have the following forms: singular and plural. Second is first person, second person, and third person. Like the noun, it has three cases also. First, nominative case. Second, accusative or objective case. Third, genitive or possessive case. In English, there are three genders: masculine gender, feminine gender, and neutral gender. But nouns do not show any sign of gender. The gender of a noun is known by the gender of its pronoun. The following paradigm will explain the different forms of the pronoun: nominative, objective, and possessive. First person, second person, and third person. For first person nominative case is I, we. I is singular, we is plural. Objective is me, us. Possessive is my, mine, our, ours. Then second person nominative is you. Second person objective is you. And possessive is your, yours. Then third person nominative is he, she, it, they. Objective, third person is him, her, it, them. Possessive, third person is his, her, hers, its, their, theirs. So, the archaic pronoun thou is not used in modern English nor its inflections. The other feature of the pronoun is that it comes for not a noun only but a noun phrase too. For example, she, John, and Jane went to the zoo. They saw there a few animals and birds which they had never seen in their life. Here the pronoun they comes for she, John, and Jane. Likewise, the pronoun there refers to all the three and which comes for a few animals and birds. Now the kinds of pronouns. First, personal. Second, possessive. Third, reflexive. Fourth, interrogative. Fifth, relative. And sixth, demonstrative. Now first, personal pronoun. The personal pronouns are I, we, you, they, he, she, it, me, us, him, her, them, etc. Then second is possessive pronoun. My, mine, our, ours, your, yours, her, hers, their, theirs. Then third, reflexive pronoun. Myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, plural, herself, itself, and themselves. Then interrogative. Who, which, what, whom, whose. Then fifth, relative pronoun. Who, which, whose, where, that. The difference between an interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun is positional. For example, in sentence like who did it and whom do you want, Who and whom are interrogative pronouns, and in sentences like it is Ram who is interested with the task. This is the boy who you were inquiring of. Who and whom are here relative pronouns. Who is related to Ram and whom to the boy. Now demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, those. Now articles. There are three articles in English. They are a, an, and the. Use of a and an. Both a and an are used before a singular class noun. The difference is that a is used before a word that begins with a consonant sound and before a word that begins with a vowel sound. As English spelling is not phonetic, or many occasions a letter is pronounced in two or three ways. Therefore, a and an are used according to the pronunciation of a word. For example, an hour. Here is the word R, Hour, begins with the sound A. An MA. Here the word MA begins with the sound A. Now, a university. Here the word university begins with the sound Y. Then, a one-eyed man. Here the word one begins with the sound W. Then uses of a and an. First is a or an is used before a class noun which is mentioned for the first time. It means that the speaker or writer knows that the listener or reader has no previous idea of it. For example, I found a box. Second example, a bird flew over the tree. Second use is a and an is used before a class noun to refer to the whole class. For example, an owl can see in darkness. A polar bear cannot live in tropical countries. Then the third use is a or an is used before a proper noun in exemplary or figurative sense. For example, he wanted to be an Einstein. Second example, he was really a Gandhiji. Now fourth use, a or an is used before a phrase referring to a number or quantity. For example, a dozen of apples, a large sum of money, a lot of water. Now, fifth, a an is used in an exclamatory sentences also. For example, what a surprise, such a long queue, what a beautiful scene, oh, such a mishap. Now, sixth use, a or an is used before a proper names when they are not known or insignificant. For example, a Mr. Richards came to see you. Second example, oh yes, there is a Mr. Lewis in the multi-stories building. Now, the uses of the article the or the. First use, the definite article the is used before a countable noun which has been already mentioned. Here the use of the is in contrast with the use of indefinite article a and an. For example, I saw a man. The man had 6 fingers. Here a is used for first reference and the is for the previous reference. Similarly, second example, I bought an old book yesterday. The book is out of print. Now, second use, the definite article the is used for unique reference, that is before those nouns that are only one or considered to be so. For example, the sun, the moon, the sky, the king, the prime minister, the queen. So unique in the context or of a country. Third use of the definite article the is used before a class noun or generic references, that is for a whole class. For example, the cow is a mild animal. Second example, the lion is ferocious. Now, fourth use, it is used before a noun in a specific sense. Here the noun is usually followed by a prepositional phrase or subordinate clause. For example, the man in black, the girl in jeans, the water of Ganga, the gold from Kolar mines, the place where we lived last year, like this. Now, fifth use, it is used before adjectives in superlative degree also. The best boy, the fastest train. Next use, it is used before ordinals followed by a noun. The first boy, the third boy, the fifth fan. The next use, it is used before adjectives to refer the whole class. For example, the rich, the poor, the physical handicapped. The next use, it is used before the names of rivers, mountains, ranges, groups of islands, some classical books and newspapers. For example, the Ganga, the Himalayas, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Bible, the Hindustan Times, the Hindu, etc. The next use, it is used before the family groups. The Smiths will visit us in the evening. Next use, it is used in comparative degree when there is a rising or decreasing activity. The more he received, the more he desired. Articles are not used in the following cases. First, before names of meals, except when they are preceded by an adjective. For example, did you have dinner today? I have my supper at 10 pm. Then next is before parents. For example, father is not present, mother is cooking meal. Then next, before objects of daily routine. For example, he retired to bed, he was taken to hospital, and I am going to market. So in these three cases, we are not supposed to use articles. Now, adjectives. Adjectives is a word that comes before a noun or immediately after it. Adjectives do not have singular or plural forms and can be preceded by an article or intensifier like very, extremely, awfully, and to. Sometimes verbs in the third form or in ing form became adjectives. Adjectives can be made noun by the addition of definite article the. For example, a good boy, a clever man, a beautiful scene, a hunger stricken beggar, a very good girl, a tired traveler, the good, the honest, the rich. Now, adjectives have three forms: positive, comparative, and superlative. Some adjectives have fixed comparative and superlative form. For example, bad, worse, worst, far, farther, farthest, for distance, and far, further, furthest, for next. Then good, better, best. Then old, elder, eldest of people only. Then old, older, oldest of people and things. Now, monosyllabic words. What are monosyllabic words? Words with only one vowel sound. Monosyllabic words are made comparative and superlative by adding er or by adding est respectively. For example, fat, fatter, fattest, dark, darker, darkest, near, nearer, nearest, new, newer, newest. Now, adjectives with two or more than two syllables are made comparative and superlative by adding more and most respectively. For example, useful, more useful, most useful, intelligent, more intelligent, and most intelligent. Now, next is the verb. Formally, the verb is a word which had present and past forms and can be made singular by adding s or es. A verb has 5 forms. Let us take the verb go. For example, go, went, going, gone, and to go. This is infinitive form. Now, the last 3 forms, going, gone, and to go, do not indicate tense. Verbs are classified into auxiliary verbs, auxiliary modal verbs, and main verbs. First, auxiliary verbs are be, do, and have. These verbs are auxiliary when they are associated with main verb and are main verbs when they are alone in a sentence. For example, they are reading a book. Here they are auxiliary. Now, second, he is ill. Here they are main verb. Is here is main verb. Now, the difference between an auxiliary and modal, auxiliary modals are will, shall, may, can, must, ought, to, dare, need, would, should, might, could, and used to. The difference between an auxiliary and modal is that the modals never function as main verbs and are not governed by the number and person of their subjects. For example, I can do this job. Here, can remains unchanged whatever is the subject. Now, third, the main verbs are the remaining verbs and contain meaning of the action or activity. According to function, verbs are divided into 2 parts: transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs take an object, but intransitive verbs do not. For example, he is writing a letter. She is knitting a sweater. Now, here write and knit have objects, so they are transitive verbs. Now, transitive verbs are of two kinds, monotransitive and detransitive. Detransitive. Monotransitive verbs take only one object and detransitive verbs take two objects. For example, he writes a letter. Monotransitive. Second example, he gave me a rupee. Detransitive here. Now, the adverb. An adverb is always placed nearest to a word it modifies. In form, it generally ends with a suffix ly. Like an adjective, it has positive and superlative forms. Its function is just like the function of an adjective. An adjective qualifies a noun and an adverb modifies a verb. When it modifies a noun or an adjective, it is called intensifier. For example, he ran slowly. Here it modifies the verb ran. Second example, he ran extremely slowly. Now here it modifies the adverb slowly. Now next, he is awfully lazy. It modifies the adjective lazy. Next, he is the very man I was in search for. Here it modifies the noun man. In the last three sentences, the adverbs are intensifiers. Sometimes an adverb modifies an entire sentence. Generally, it rains heavily in July or August. This is the example. Usually, we have lunch at 1 pm. So, that is all for today. We have discussed noun, pronoun, article, adjective, verb, and adverb today. And we will discuss preposition, conjunction, and interjection in our next video. So, thanks a lot for watching this video. Please like this video and share it as much as you can. Thanks a lot for watching once again.